Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today we are going to do something a little different. I am going to do a wear test on a new foundation that I bought from Sephora that I've been wanting to try. It is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. It hydrates, smooths, and corrects. This is what it looks like. I got it in the shade number 4. So this was probably a light neutral color. And this is how it opens up like this. Let me swatch it here. This had almost 5-star reviews on Sephora. I think it was 4.8 with about 580 or so reviews, and I thought I would try it out. And I like a good skin tint. This looks, is this a serum? It feels like a foundation. It doesn't feel like a serum. When I think of a serum, I think of something that's kind of runny. This is kind of thick, actually, to tell you the truth, and it doesn't look very neutral to me either, just on first glance. But I've already done my eye makeup. I am going to put some of my e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Primer on. I'm going to put this on. I've got my primers on. I'm just going to use it like I normally do with my primers. I've got all my skincare on, my SPF, and I use the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer and the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide in it. Those are the two primers I always use. And then I always do my eye makeup first, and then I put on this Putty Color Correcting stuff in the shade Fair. So I'm going to wear it hopefully at least 8 hours. I don't know if I'm going out today or not. I'd really like to test it in the heat, but I don't know if that's gonna work out today or not. But I really want to see how it looks. I am over 40. We're gonna see how it looks on mature skin. Do have some fine lines. This was $36 on the Sephora site. I'm not going to be wearing any kind of concealer today. If it's really thin, I might just put more coverage on my under my eyes. But that's mainly why I'm putting the color corrector down, is hopefully I won't have to use any extra coverage. But if this is really thin, I might put extra coverage under my skin. I'm going to be using a sponge. I don't know if I said that or not, but I don't use brushes. I was thinking about doing one side with the brush and one side with the sponge, but the way I do it, I don't typically use a brush. I didn't think I would use it. If you're curious about what other makeup I'm using, I am using the Beauty Creations Cali set on my eyes today. And then for eyeliner, I'm using the NYX Epic Wear in the shade Pitch Black. For mascara, I'm using the Nude Sticks, just their lash lengthening mascara. And then I'll go over what else I'm wearing later on. So let's go ahead and put some of this. I usually put some on my hand like that. I'm just going to put a little bit. I just want to use a little bit on my skin today. And yeah, I think I got the best match for my skin that I was gonna get. I didn't want to get any fairer. I didn't want to get any warmer for sure, and probably didn't want to get any kind of cool tone. So this was probably going to be the best match for me. And I do set my makeup with powder. I do have dry skin. I saw a lot of people in the reviews saying that this was good for dry skin. So we're going to see that. It is getting a good light coverage. Okay, since it is so light, I am going to put a little bit more, just a little bit, underneath my eyes and on some areas that I want to add extra coverage to. So I'm just going to add a little bit underneath my eyes. And then to some of these areas here. Okay, so it looks really good, really nice and radiant on my skin. That's why I'm going to be using my Kosas powder to set it, because it doesn't make my face look completely matte when I do set it. So that's why I'm going to be using this today. But first, before I do that, I'm going to put on bronzer. So I will be right back after, after I put on some bronzer, because it is a cream bronzer. So I will be right back. Okay, so now that I got my bronzer on, all the rest of my products are powder products. So I am going to take my Kosas powder and just take my powder brush. I'm not going to set under the under eyes because that's just been turning out to be very, what's the word? Just making my under eyes look really crusty. So I'm just going to, I'm setting it, but I'm not like putting a lot of powder underneath it. So I'm just taking a brush and lightly setting everything. Okay, so now it doesn't look as shiny, but it still has a radiance to it that I really, really like. And it's looking good so far. But, you know, a lot of my, foundations will look good in the beginning. It's how they wear throughout the day that matters. Because, I mean, they just tend to break down during the day because either your skin's too oily or too dry, right? Okay, I'm gonna put on the rest of my makeup and then I will return and then we will just go from there. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, here is my look for today. Just to let you know what I'm wearing. You know, most of the stuff. For bronzer, I use the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpting Bronzer. For blush, I use the Manicadar blush in Blossom Floral. The Blossom Floral Compact, that's what it looks like. For highlighter, I use the REM Beauty Miss Venus. Just a little bit here on my nose, Cupid's bow and chin there. And for mascara underneath my eyes, I use the Bad Gal Bang from Benefit. And for my lips, I use the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Praline. So that is what I've got for the day. And let's see how things are looking. Everything looks really good. I'm concerned about my chin because that's what starts looking bad first, but it is looking very good, really good right now. And so far under the eyes it looks good. I start getting those little lines here first. So far that looks good. And then, yeah, so far everything looks really good, but we will check in halfway through around, let's see, what time is it right now? It is about 10 o'clock. So about 2 o'clock, I'll do a check-in. And then 6 o'clock, I'll do the final check-in. So yeah, that's what we will do. Okay, all right, on with the day, and I will check in with y'all in just a second. Okay, I am in my room right now. It is time for the midday check-in. I think things are still looking good. I had my reading glasses on earlier. That's why there's a little tint in my nose right there. But standing back here, it's hard to tell, but it looks like the chin looks pretty good. Looks like all the makeup is still looking good. I think things are looking good so far. It will be interesting to see how it looks at the end of the day. I even think under the eyes it looks good. I'm gonna look at it in my mirror in the makeup room because I know there is I'll be able to see it up closer, and yeah, I'll report back. But I think for this check-in, it's looking pretty good. Okay, all right. Check-in at the end of the wear test. Okay, so it is well, it's not really the end of the night, but it has been 8 hours since I applied the Danessa Myricks Beauty Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. It had a lot more words on it on the Sephora site. Supposedly it has some skincare benefits in it too, but anyway, this is what it looks like, and this is what my face looks like. I think it did really well. And you know what I forgot to do today? And I didn't do any touch-ups today either. I didn't spray my face at all. That's probably why it does feel a little dry around this area, which is not uncommon for me, for it to feel dry here. This is like one of my dry areas here on my face, because I do have very dry skin. So I guess, I don't know if I mentioned that earlier in the video or not, but I am testing this on dry, mature skin, and it has not really faded at all, except underneath this right here on my eyes, right here, this part, which is funny because that's where I doubled up on it earlier today when I was putting it on. But it really looks good under my eyes. I mean, I can still see, I mean, it has sunken into my fine lines and stuff, but not as bad as some foundations and skin tints have in the past. I think it still looks good. Now, granted, I didn't go outside today. I was going to, but plans changed, so I didn't get to test this out in the heat. So it was just a day at home doing things around the house, so I just didn't get the full treatment and that a wear test probably should have gotten. But I think, for indoors it worked really well, and the rest of my makeup held up really well. Of course, I don't have my lipstick on anymore, but I think, I am looking forward to trying this more, and I think it did really, really well for just being around the house, that is. And yeah, I made a good choice. So yeah, let me know down below if you have tried out this skin tint, if you like skin tints, or if you don't wear foundation, or what is your favorite foundation or skin tint that you like to wear. Let me know everything down in the comments below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Share it with your friends if you feel so inclined, or no pressure to do any of that. Just you watching to this point in the video really helps me out. Thank you so much for watching, whether you are a subscriber, a casual viewer, or this is your very first time watching. And if this is your first time watching, thank you so much for being here. If you like what you see, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that notification bell, setting it to all, so that you're notified every time that I upload a new video. I hope y'all are all having a wonderful, amazing day out there today. If you're having an especially hard time, know that I'm thinking about you. I'm sending you all of those good vibes right there. Okay, just remember to stay strong, stay healthy, and stay safe out there. And I will see you in another video soon. Okay, just stay well until then. Goodbye.